Hey gang, today the focus is going to be on editing, all right? If you haven't checked out the message yet for today, please take a listen to it. Tomorrow's a half day for you. Tomorrow's Friday. Woohoo! There won't be much to do, but there will still be a little. Your last large piece of writing is due on June 1st, so be prepared for that. Keep pushing through your science. Got a couple people that are not answering all of the questions, kind of jumping around and doing a few here and there. Every day except for Friday, I will have one science question for you to answer. I don't think that's too much to do, so please make sure that you're doing your best to answer that science question. The majority of you are doing a spectacular job with that, and you are using part of that question stem in your answer, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. All right. It looks like a day or two in June, like right around the 8th or the 9th, is going to be set aside for you folks to pick up your belongings from Fox. As soon as I know more about it, I will let you know as well. Keep the questions about River Bluff rolling in, please. I have fielded a whole bunch already. Continue to have those questions come rolling in, please. Put those into a nice email for me if you have one, or do a quick video chat with me. I'll do my best to put your mind at ease with things. You guys will be all set. The transition will be no big deal. And don't sweat it. You know how the first week of school always goes? It's kind of chaotic anyway. You might be late. You might forget something in your locker. Hopefully, you don't lock yourself in your locker. That would be kind of goofy. You might realize that, oh my goodness, I forgot to go to the bathroom. So all those little things will come into play, and that's okay. Teachers know that the first couple of weeks of school, it's going to happen. Then you get into that routine, you figure out what you need to do, and pretty soon you don't even need to think anymore. You can just go. Think about the rotations that we have done in fifth grade, how many of those we did. I think we were in school like 125 days altogether that we were there. So that's 125 days worth of switching and taking your materials from one class to another and knowing what you need. Did you make mistakes from time to time and forget things? Of course you did. Was it that big of a deal? Of course not. So just keep that in mind. All right, today's an editing day as we move forward. It's critical in anything that you create for writing. This is where you go back and make sure that your sentences begin with capital letters, commas are in the right place, spelling is correct, punctuation is correct, and other things. Yeah, there's a ton involved, but this is what makes your work appealing, makes it look neat and tidy. The next slide, I'll have a few links on it for editing checklists that I urge you to use. I'd even suggest that you work with a partner at home or virtually in order to do some peer editing. Share your document with a partner, share it so they can comment and view. That way, then they can put in the comments some suggestions for you. Hey, check this sentence. Hey, check that spelling word, etc. Two heads, two brains are always better than one. All right, I have one, two, three different links in here for you. This is not the say all, do all, perfect type link checklist, but it's enough to get you going, and this will make your paper even that more appealing to your audience. It's important to spell words correctly, to have proper sentence structure, to have proper punctuation. Without it, your paper is going to read very, very choppy. And believe it or not, people judge you by what you write. You're all very good at verbally expressing yourself, but you will also have to write. Think of a job interview. You have that application. You have to write down your references. A lot of times you will have to write a paragraph or two or three, which is called a cover letter, that explains a little bit about you, the education background that you've had, your experiences that you've had. If an employer looks at your letter that you're putting together, your cover letter, and it is just riddled with errors, do you really think they're going to hire you? Nope, they will not. You will get passed on by to the next person. So do your best with editing today. Spend a good solid 20 to 25 minutes, if not more, on the editing process for me. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you. If you're not quite to editing phase yet, that's fine. Don't worry about it. This is relatively new, but you can always go back to this particular slide for some links on editing for whatever you are doing. All right, thanks, ladies and gents. Have a wonderful day.